right, what is up, everyone? Welcome to Thankful Thursday. My name is Leonard, and we are here because we are always looking for an excuse to share an attitude of gratitude.
And I'm Allie, and also remind ourselves that there's always something to be thankful for.
That is very true. And so, yeah, this Thankful Thursday broadcast, we've been doing this. This is episode 12. So we're a good 3 months in, and you guys have been awesome. If you are tuning in, please drop us hashtag I'm thankful and let us know something that you are thankful for, something or someone that you are thankful for today. We would love to share your good news and love to share your gratitude as well. So we are really excited today because we have some very special guests, not just one, but two special guests today, and they are longtime living proof friends and fans, but just specifically dear friends of mine that I'm so excited to get a chance to talk with them technically again. But do me a favor, we've got lots to catch up on, lots to talk about. But please do me a favor and drop a hello and a big welcome to KJ and Patches from the KJ Today Show. What up?
Hello.
What's going on, guys?
Yay! So happy to be here.
Yes, we did it. Okay. Yeah, so happy to have you guys. And yeah, we are, yeah, what are we like? 16, 17 years into this thing.
We've
Like,
known
I
each
don't-
other a long
Over,
Is it more
time.
than
20,
that?
over 20 years.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys were selling records and CDs, so
Yeah. Back in
It's
the
been a
old
while.
warehouse music days. Yeah. So that
Yeah.
was about 20 years ago because KJ and I have been together for a little over 23, and we were just barely together when you and I met.
Mhm.
we're still just barely together, guys.
Yeah. In so many ways.
Yeah, we're barely holding together today, and on a lot of fronts.
I'm thankful that we can just barely hold it together right now.
Yes. Woo. Yeah. No, we're good though. But yes, thank you, and welcome to Brad and Angela and Michael. Thank you so much for joining today. So yes, a Thankful Thursday. We've got quite a few things to touch on today and even catch up on a little bit. But before we get going with that, Allie texted me. She's like, "Hey, man, I don't know. I'm feeling kind of frisky today. Like, can I tell some jokes?" I'm like, "Girl, if you got jokes, let's bring them." So let's kick it off. We're not gonna do the punchline, and you're not allowed to use Google. But
Oh,
yes, Allie, hit us with that first joke before we even get to our thanks.
Okay. Why is the piano so hard to open?
Mm. Mm-hmm.
mm.
Think about it.
That's a good one.
Yeah, think about that again. Don't use Google if you're watching, if you're tuning in. But we'll come back to that in just a second.
Okay.
But first, let's start off with a quick note of thanks. And let's start off with ladies first. KJ, could you share something or someone that you are thankful for today? And then we'll come back to
Yes, absolutely. It is, it's hard to narrow down one, but I would say, and to not get too cheesy here, that I am very thankful for my husband, who is now known on the KJ Today Show as producer Patches. Patches, just to catch you up, Leonard, on our friendship. Our first nephew could not say Patrick or Carrie, which is what the K stands for. And for a brief time, I was known as Aunt Sorry, and he was Patches. And thankfully, she figured out how to say Carrie. And unfortunately for him, all
Yeah.
16 of our nieces and nephews now refer to him as Patches. So when he joined the show as a producer, he became Producer Patches.
Nice.
But
Yeah. The second I heard that, as soon as the first time I heard the word Patches, the first thought in my mind was, that's not going away anytime soon.
Yeah.
and I mean, imagine a child learning to speak, and you would hear from the bedroom, Patches, and I'm like, oh, he loves
That's
you.
awesome.
But
awesome.
In all seriousness, he became a producer because in the middle of the pandemic, I had a calling to get back to getting in front of people, spreading positive vibes. You know, I'd been on people's radios here in Indianapolis for a very long time, and that had run its course. And so I had to figure out how to do it. I knew I wanted to do this myself, and I started the KJ Media Company. And you know, in the middle of the pandemic, I went to him and said, "Hey, I think I would like to quit my job and start a business while nobody can go anywhere or do anything. How does that sound?" And he said, I think that you should. Honestly, I think he said it's overdue. So,
Okay.
you know, building the KJ Today show, continuing the Kind of Nerdy Girls, and really building out what is now the Kind of Nerdy Network, which is multiple shows,
So awesome.
is because of that guy right there.
Mhm.
Oh, shucks.
That's awesome. Yeah, I did not know the like specifically like how it started or when it started, but definitely, you know, have been, you know, knowing you guys for a long time, and that's great to hear. Just
Well, when the radio stations got bought and they informed me that I was not invited to the new company party, I was like, "Well, I'm taking my podcast and going home," and and the Kind of Nerdy Girls went with me, and so we kind of did it as a hobby for a while to keep that going. And then, like I said, I was just kind of called to do more and
Yeah.
bring more back to the community, and here we are.
That's awesome. Well, that's awesome. We are very glad that you decided to do so, and yeah, just keeping up with your escapades and the PopCon and all the cool stuff that you guys do is amazing. So thank you for sharing. And yeah, we'll share some info about your show and stuff. So like definitely, if you Living Proof fans, if you've not had a chance to catch the show or get in tune with the kind of Nerdy Network, please do. I got a new name for you. I'm just kidding. But yes, so thank you for sharing. Allie,
Yeah.
Keeping with our ladies first theme here, what is something or someone that you are thankful for today?
So, ever since I was young, I loved to write music and sing, but I never really had the, I guess, like musical talent to be able to put my whole vision together when writing a song. And I'm very thankful for Leonard and Tom because we're actually writing a song called Best of Me. And it's really awesome to have their help in making my creative vision really come to life. So I'm very excited about it.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah.
That's super
I didn't know you were going to say that. Got to prepare myself emotionally for stuff like, Allie, what you going to say, girl? No, it's fine. But no, that's cool. Yeah, and I appreciate the fact that you reached out to us, because like I often say or have said before, like when the band started, that basically like band leader Leonard like killed off songwriter Leonard, because it's just only so many hours in the day. But whenever someone asks me like, how did you get into the band and the music and all that stuff, I'm like, actually writing songs. Like that was my first love, if you will.
Yeah.
So yeah, awesome. I can't wait to finish it and maybe perform it.
Yeah. I would love to.
Yeah. Producer Patches, What about you?
Well, it's kind of all encompassing right now where I'm at in my life. I am thankful for basically. It goes without saying, my lovely wife and the
Oh my God,
23
you're
plus.
just gonna pick me.
No, oh no, you're not that important though. Come on. No, but the 23-year adventure we've been on together, and the different incarnations of our relationship that we have gone through within those 23 years, and part of those incarnations are our extended family, our friends, and our lovely pets that are our children. Leonard, we've known each other for over 20 years. You're part of our family. When it took me a long time to learn that your family is who you make them, is who you make it out to be. You may be related by blood to people, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you love them, but your family is who you choose. And I am very, very thankful for that and all the love and support that we have had through the years, not only by my actual, our actual family, but our extended family, our village that we call, and obviously our beautiful seven beautiful cats.
7.
7.
That's
Oh,
goals. Honestly, that is goals.
Right?
Yeah, I forgot. Yeah, forgot. There's cat connection like all through this stream, even though we don't currently have cats. Definitely
I can help you with that.
cat dad. Yeah, I imagine you could. I imagine you could. Oh, that's fun. But yes, thank you for sharing. And yeah, I will just kind of tag on the end of this with Carrie here, who shared. She said she's thankful for her mom since Mother's Day is coming up, and this is actually Allie's mom. But I just want to say I'm very thankful for rest in peace, my mom, but just all of the mothers in my life, the roles that they've played, whether it's present, past, whatever, just being able to have those kinds of nurturing figures in your life. And especially now with me just getting a chance to see, Jessica, as a mom. And, everybody always asks me, oh, when is Jessica gonna sing again? Or how is she singing? And I'm like, maybe, but honestly, the only thing I've seen Jessica do that's better than her singing is like literally her being a mom. Like she's amazing, and it's very cool to not only see that, but again, all of the mothers out there, happy early Mother's Day. We love y'all. We appreciate you, and we would not be here without you.
You're not wrong.
And oh, for sure. Now, and I just realized I was going to do this in between each of us, but if you're just now joining, please do us a favor and drop someone or something that you are thankful for in the comments with hashtag I'm thankful. But when we first started our broadcast today, Allie was dropping some gems, and her first riddle/joke was, why are pianos so hard to open? Does our panel have any guesses?
No,
I mean,
because all I'm hearing is like Paul McCartney and Stevie Wonder in my head right now.
Okay.
So that I can't get past that.
I'm thinking it has to do with the fact that, and it may not be the punchline. It's got to be something to do with the fact that it has so many keys. Is that it?
What is it?
It's because the keys are on the inside.
Okay.
Who has the bell?
That was me.
Yeah, seriously.
That was me, man.
Well,
We call it
I'm
the
so
dinger here. It's a dinger. All right. Okay, there you go.
Oh my
Taking
god,
notes. All right.
I'm so used to that just from her being on Smiley and using it on our show. It didn't even dawn on me like this isn't our show.
Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm just going to make an equipment purchase list real quick here.
I can send you the link to this exact one on Amazon. And
Yeah.
I'll tell you the amount of shows that I've guested on that I just automatically just like ring the bell at a certain time. They're like, I need that. I really should be getting some sort of kickback from the people who make this bell.
Seriously.
Oh,
Oh, goodness. Yes. I'm like looking for like the little applause audio file. I'm like, no, we just need a dinger.
There you go. Just need a dinger.
Yeah. Okay. So get ready to use it again. Here's the next one.
What did Jay-Z call his wife before they were married?
What you got?
Oh,
Any guesses?
I got nothing on that one.
I got nothing on that one.
Okay. Fiance.
Ah,
Right in front of your face. Ah.
Right there. Right there.
Oh my goodness.
Love it.
so can I ask? This is the first time you've done these musical jokes. Is this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I want a little inside information on the KJ Today show. We do a segment called Dumb Jokes, and it is Patch's least favorite part of the show.
It is so much.
and we didn't do it last night because we didn't have time. So like he got off the hook last night, and now he's here, and you didn't even know that you were going to torture him.
No,
No,
idea.
I'm good with this because it's musical themed. All right, it's music themed, and I'm okay with that. Because like you guys, I've been a musician for many decades, so we're good there.
Okay.
That and I just like Leonard more than you, so I mean,
I see.
Man,
All right.
man,
Fine.
I can't imagine the treatment if you wouldn't have had him as your thankful focus. My goodness,
Right?
he's going in. I'm just playing.
I told you, man, we're barely together.
Right. Really hold it together. Yes, thank you all for tuning in. Darlene, Leanne, Brad, thank you all so much. Speaking of Happy Mother's Day, Andy Beiswinger, that she is the original band mom of Living Proof, our trumpet player, Larry. Thank you for tuning in, Andy. Great to see you. Christy Swango, what is up? Thankful for nerd cluster bites and local music. That's what's up. I love it. Yes, and as a matter of fact, Christy is going to be our guest on next week's Thankful Thursday. Just had an amazing photo shoot with her, and she revealed a few on her Facebook page, but we're going to show you guys some more of those next week. But yes, thank you all for tuning in. So we've talked a little bit about the show. So kind of explain, I feel like I want to call it like the KJ cinematic universe, but kind of explain a little bit about, hey, the KJEU.
It's
but
gotta
yeah,
be better in the DCEU, I'll tell you that.
Seriously. Please tell me you do not have Zack Snyder on your payroll. Anyway, okay. So yeah, tell us a little bit about just the world that you have created. I know there's several things here, and I'll pull up a graphic while you're talking. But
sure.
How does it exist?
So, I mean, in a nutshell, I'm a nerdy girl who really loves cats. So I have these two wonderful communities, and they do overlap because some people love both nerdy things and cats, like we do. And it really did. It started from the day that I got my walking papers at the radio station, and I've been in radio since I was 17, so I really didn't know. I had no idea what I was going to do. But about a year prior to that, maybe a year and a half, 2 years, it was when the Force Awakens was getting ready to come out. And I was so excited about it. I was such a Star Wars fan. And oh my gosh, we're getting more Star Wars. And I I wanted to do this, thing called Star Wars, where we collected food at the theater all day on the opening of Star Wars. And I was so excited about it. Like, we can do a good thing and I can be dressed up as Princess Leia all day at a theater. This is going to be great. And the wind was taken out of my sails when one of my supervisors said, KJ, people just don't care about Star Wars as much as you do. And I was like, okay. And it was a no. And, and then you fast forward a few months and, podcasts are becoming a thing. And they're like, hey, you all need your own podcast now. You need to do a podcast. And I was like, I'm going to do a podcast and talk about Star Wars as much as I want. You can't tell me I can't. And then, fast forward a couple more years. And again, the radio stations got bought and a whole bunch of us no longer had jobs. And I took my podcast and I went home. And, and I talked to the girls that were on the show. It was weird because they still had jobs at the radio station, but I didn't. But, I was like, if this really matters to us, we'll keep it going. And if it doesn't, it's okay. It's okay if it was just a hobby. But it really did matter to us. We kept it going along with the Kind of Nerdy Girls because, podcasts, as much as I would like them to, don't always pay the bills. The Kind of Nerdy Girls became the thing that I love to do. Pet Pals TV came along and became another thing that I love to do and got paid a little bit for it. And things started to grow. And then, the pandemic hit. And one of the things that we would always do is we would have these Kind of Nerdy Night Out events. So, when the latest Marvel movie came out, a bunch of us would go together. So when the pandemic hit, it was like, well, we can't do that anymore. So why don't we do the Kind of Nerdy Night In? And really through that, getting together on Friday nights and having that community grow. And I watched, people who didn't know each other become great friends in these little boxes. And that, it fed my soul, but it also kind of led me to, you need to do more. So in the course of, I'm doing the Kind of Nerdy Girls, I'm doing Pet Pals TV. I ended up on a paranormal show. There were all these things and people were like, I love everything you do, but I can't keep up with you. And so the KJ Today Show was born out of this place where we can get together and just keep up with each other. So at the heart of everything, the Kind of Nerdy Network is this network of positive vibes, pop culture, people to know, and pets. And when you get together with us for the KJ Today Show, we are going to cover all of those subjects. And we always do the pet at the end because I say if you got nothing else from the show, we leave you with a cute pet, and then all you remember is that it was great because you saw a puppy or a kitty at the end. I highly recommend at the end of the show, you show them a pet, and then they're like, that was a great show.
Yeah, we've had chickens and skunks and goats and everything. So it's not just cats and dogs. It's been awesome. It's been really cool. And it speaks to like the eclectic nature of the Kind of Nerdy Network too, because it spans everything and everybody. It's anything that you like. If you're a musician, you like music, if you like reading, if you like comics, if you like watching TV, that's a fandom. And we love fandoms, and that is why we love the Kind of Nerdy Network, because it is an inclusive network to where you can talk about any fandom for as much as you want, as long as you want, and almost everyone makes friends in the process, along the way. And
I know that you are active on social media and have a big following. It can be hard because you want to make sure that everybody is being respectful. The community that you've created is a positive community that's treating each other the way that you want them to. We have over 1,300 people in our Facebook group, which Facebook, is not a place where people are known to be super nice to each other. I knock on wood, I've never had to moderate anything. Like, if somebody asks a question, someone talks about a show, even if it's a show that you hate, like the conversation that comes from it is like, I would like to know more about why you like that. It's not like, oh my gosh.
For example.
Yeah, right. I mean, we've had many we've had many, many heated discussions about Zack Snyder. So, but it's all in a place of respect. We have people who love those particular DC movies, and it's like I don't hate you as a person. Like we can just have this, and it turns into a funny discussion, and it's still friendship. And and at the heart of it, even though we're discussing these movies or fandoms that maybe they're not changing the world, having conversations where you can both agree that you don't agree on something, but still be respectful and kind and enjoy the conversation is really what we need more of. So, maybe it'll trickle out from the Kind of Nerdy Network. And we always say part of the reason that it is called that is one, because we don't get deep into canon, because I can barely remember what happened in a movie after I watched it. So I'm not that person, but also you can't be kind of nerdy without being kind. So the kindness comes first in our community. Yeah.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool. And so now you have, how many podcasts or broadcasts do you do each week? Like, is it one weekly, or is it like, I feel like there's a couple different
So in between the full live show, the KJ Today show, which is, we try to make it the first Wednesday of every month. It actually was last night, because last Wednesday I didn't have a voice because PopCon was the weekend before, and and I still couldn't recover from it. So I try to put a schedule out every week, because in between that show, we have the Kind of Nerdy Girls, which is once a month, where we do, get really into the geeky stuff. And then I have the cat conversation, which is once a month, which, invites all my cat people to it's helping cat people learn about cats. And it's fun, right? It's not, it's just, let's all have fun and hang out. And if we love cats, get together and talk about it. So I try to put out a schedule, because then in addition to all of that, because of the contacts I've had over the years, I am able to get a lot of celebrities on our show. So, tomorrow night, Candace Cameron Bure is going to be on our YouTube channel. I interviewed her about her movie. Jeremy Sisto, I'm interviewing on Monday. I mean, we've had everybody from Bob Costas and Gina Davis to,
you just interviewed Matthew Lillard.
So it's, and I talk about them. I talk with them about the things we talk about. So I ask them what they nerd out about. I ask them if they have pets. Unfortunately, an exorbitant amount of times when I ask them about their pets, one of them has just died, and it makes for very awkward conversations for me.
Oh, terrible.
But literally, our network is like, KJ, you asked another celebrity about their pet, it's dead. And I'm like, I know. So, it just is. I put as much out there as I can on our YouTube channel to, if you need a place to go, to get a laugh, whether it's at my expense or get a smile because we're doing something cool and positive and helping the community, it's going to be there for you.
Yeah.
And I will say here, there is going to be a reboot of the Kind of Nerdy Dudes podcast as well, that is going to be going across the Kind of Nerdy Network as well, with myself, Kind of Nerdy Clay, and Brandon Peters of the Brandon Peters Show.
Yeah. And maybe occasionally your Kind of Nerdy friend Leonard.
Maybe.
I've been known to nerd out about some stuff.
I hear there's a movie that's going to be coming out soon that you and I might nerd out about. Just saying.
Yeah. My nickname for Patrick is Skittles, which literally just comes from one random line in Bad Boys, the original, 1995. So back up. Put the gun down.
Give me back a tropical fruit bubblicious.
And some Skittles.
I have to say, our coworkers had to have hated us when we worked together, because it was 8 hours of us just quoting over and over Bad Boys. They had to want to kill us.
Yeah. We weren't. Yeah, we were having fun, but we might not have been all that much fun together.
Forget that we were having fun. That's all that matters.
Doesn't matter. But yes, I was so excited to not only see the release date of June 7th, Bad Boys 4, but there is a reference to Skittles in the trailer, and my heart couldn't be happier. I'm just beside myself.
I feel like you guys need to figure out how to make this work, that you go together. I mean, I think the last one that came out, you were not back in town, so we didn't have this opportunity. Now it needs to happen. We need to have a kind of nerdy night out to see Bad Boys 4.
Yes.
Special guest LP. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, and just a little trivia: the last Bad Boys that came out, for some reason, Will Smith has been the king of like summer movies or whatever, but for whatever reason, this one came out in January, and thank goodness it did. It was January of 2020, right before the pandemic hit.
Oh yeah.
And little trivia: that was literally the only movie I saw the entire year in the theater.
As well as you should have.
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but yeah, so yeah, June 7th. You know what? I just realized that we have a show that evening, so maybe this can be like a daytime, morning, lunchtime, something or other. Just
let me look into it, Leonard, because maybe there's some screenings, some like Wednesday or Thursday screenings.
I know people. Let's go.
I make no promises, but I can look into it.
That was Leonard's. Oh my god!
Woo! What is up? Hi, Paula.
Oh,
happy
Paula.
early birthday.
There we go.
Yeah.
What's up, Sarah? And Amy, thank you so much for tuning in, everyone. We do.
Oh, hi,
appreciate
Amy.
you guys. What's up? So one thing, actually two things, when we start to think about wrapping up here. But first off is one of the things, in addition to us working together and all that stuff, but one of the things that we collaborated on way back in the day was a party. And I know that you've had several people that have talked to you about it, and I've just been thinking about it recently because when we first started and got together with this, we were, focused on our parents and all of that and their journey with cancer and all of that. But now, some 20 some years later, it's definitely hitting home a lot more personally and all that stuff. And I'm like, KJ, what would it take to even start the discussion about bringing back the Cancer Sucks party? I don't know. Maybe there's something there. Maybe there's a way we can do that. It was a good cause and a good theme, but it was just a fun night with some great folks. But
it was. And I'll just talk about mothers, and I obviously pay attention to the universe. I was actually telling Leonard, that was the first time we met, Sarah. That was the Cancer Sucks party brought us together. It's been brought up multiple times in just the last few months, and actually a couple of hours before Leonard texted me about it, I had just been on a call with someone else. It was like, what about the Cancer Sucks party? And I'm like, what about the Cancer Sucks party? Just give everybody a quick overview of how it came about. Both my parents got cancer at within a month of each other. My dad died relatively quickly. My mom had a really rough battle, and we watched her. A lot of people you don't see the financial side of things, but when you can't work, not only do you have cancer, but you lose your cars and you don't know how you're going to make your mortgage. And we had gotten to that point, and it was really a hard thing to talk about on the radio. I'd been very open. I'd, gone back to Wisconsin and sat at my mom's kitchen table and did the show so that I could then take her to chemo. So it was something people knew about, but it was hard to be like, hey, my family's going broke. My mom doesn't even have a car to get to her chemo anymore. And through a couple of listeners and Leonard, the first Cancer Sucks party was thrown to help my mother. And, and that was such an amazing evening for me, and ended up, she only lived about 3 months longer, but she got to have so many nice things, and she got to buy her kids Christmas gifts, and just stuff that we take for granted, right? And so those last few months of her life were quality and filled with happiness, because people who, a lot of them didn't even know me, but just listened to my voice, and people like you, Leonard, and the band, and Champs, and like everybody that was like, you can do it here, and we can do this and that, and it really made things so much better for my mother, and she was blown away that this little mom in Wisconsin had all these people in Indianapolis who would want to help her. So she actually requested that she not be dressed up for her funeral, and that she be wearing her Cancer Sucks shirt. And we all wore our Cancer Sucks shirts at her wake, because that was what she wanted. That was how much it meant to her. And then we, I think it was like next year around the same time that, we both were like, maybe we should do this again, right? With parents.
There's something here.
Yeah. So it was really amazing. It took different forms over the years. I changed radio stations, and then I actually was working for Make-A-Wish for a while, and then the pandemic hit, right? Like everything is about the pandemic hit, and there was no Cancer Sucks party, and so it hasn't been a thing, but it's back on the radar for sure. There's got to be a way that we can do it. I know I'm just one little redhead over here running the KJ Media Company, so I don't have the resources that I used to have to do everything that we did with the Cancer Sucks party. But maybe we start from scratch, and we trust that there are plenty of people who want to be a part of it. And certainly, Leonard, when I found out about you, there's so many emotions. And I'm sure, you had plenty of them, but it was like, not him, like he does like all the good things, like he helped me help my mom, like, this is not something he should be having to deal with. And I think, we all feel that, like it shouldn't be anything that anyone should have to deal with. So if we can have a party and make a few people feel better, whether it's because they're remembering someone and they just want to dance and celebrate the memory, or they need to come out. I reconnected with a woman who won the big fancy ring at the one Cancer Sucks party that Diamonds Direct donated the pendant, and she made it into a ring. And when I was meeting with her, I didn't realize we had met at the Cancer Sucks party. We were connecting about some other stuff. And she said, we met at the Cancer Sucks party. And that, like, I made this into a ring and I wore it. I remembered she had the bandana on. She's a survivor, right? She's like, I mean, she looks so different because she had hair and was healthy. And, and she talked about how much that party meant to her. So I think there's people that were touched by it that we don't even know about, that, maybe we can do it again.
Yeah. Let's
that wasn't nearly as short as I'd hoped to make it, but
it was.
Don't worry, that's KJ's abbreviated storytelling. So.
It was what it needed to be. No, I appreciate that. And Patrick's like, Allie's phone died. Yeah, she did warn us ahead of time.
She did. She did.
It was running low.
Yeah, she did.
Well, no, thank you for just sharing that, and let's continue to discuss and just see what we can do, and where might be a good place, and just any of those logistics and things like that, and whatever we can do to to help and be a part of, we'd love to do that too. So it was definitely it was one of those like very serious / sincere kind of like events, but at the same time, like it was like a celebration. It was a party, and like I forgot to go out to the what do you call it, the album on our Facebook page, but literally some of my favorite pictures on Facebook, on my current Facebook account, not my hacked one, but some of my some of my favorite pictures are from one of those parties. I think it was at Moe's.
It was the
in
Def
Yeah.
Leppard themed shirt with the neon green, right?
Yeah.
That was the one in
Was it
Noblesville.
that one?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it was the one in Noblesville. Yeah,
Yep.
Yep.
Yeah.
100%.
yeah,
Yeah, there's
so
some
definitely stuff.
awesome pictures of the four of us and Jess
Jess,
included.
yeah.
Yep. I know exactly what you're. Yeah, that was a good time.
Yeah.
Yes, it was.
So we'll do something. We need to bring that back.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But
And you're gonna have me back sometime when I can talk more about cats.
yes,
We didn't have
Yes.
enough cat talk.
I know. Yeah, we'll definitely do that again because Allie is like a straight up cat person. She's got
Aw.
two of the prettiest jet black cats that are
Ooh, we love
yeah,
black cats.
yes. But yeah, speaking of Allie, she's not here to actually deliver, but she did have one more riddle, I'll call it a
Ooh.
riddle,
Okay.
that she wanted to share. Yeah. So Allie, this is for you. I got you. But yes, why couldn't Caitlin Clark listen to her music?
I got nothing there.
Ooh,
You got something, Patches?
Anything?
I don't know. She was sick with the fever. I don't know.
Because she broke all the records.
Oh,
Boom.
Oh,
right
very
there.
nice.
Right in front of your face again.
Right? That's what's up.
I love it.
Oh, it's awesome. Well, KJ, Patches, I am so thankful that I got a chance to hang out with you. Everyone that has tuned in, we appreciate you so much for tuning in each week and just sharing what you're grateful for and just giving us an excuse to, again, share an attitude of gratitude every week. And yeah, just before we go, in terms of the band, we actually have our next public show for the full band isn't until I think June 7th. We're going to be back down at the back 9. But myself, Allie, and Tom, a piece of proof. We are acoustic trio. We are going to be at the Legion. I think it's the Legion post number 34 over on 54th Street. We're going to be there tomorrow night with some acoustic vibes. So if you would love to have some music, come join us. We would love to see you guys.
Do I need to bring my djembe with me?
You don't need to bring it. If you do bring it, all are welcome. All are welcome. But yeah, for you, thank you so much, you guys. So great to see you. And you guys have an awesome rest of your evening and appreciate you taking the time.
Absolutely.
Okie dokie. And yeah, June 7th, Bad Boys for Life. Let's go.
Ride together, die together.
Right? Right. All right, everybody. Have a great night. See ya. I am going to